I didn't even think I was gonna get a scholarship in football to college. And I told my mom when I got my scholarship, I said, hey, it's free for the next 4 to 5 years, even if I touch the field or if I don't. So at the end of the day, they're gonna continue to pay me all this money to do what I gotta do. I probably won't touch the field. If I don't touch that field, it's okay, because I'm gonna party, I'm gonna get good grades, and I'm gonna have a great time. If you do the right things and just work the way you work, you'll get a shot. Everybody up here has gotten a shot. As long as you're well-rounded in what you're doing, you're gonna stand out to the coaches and even other people in the community and at your university.
In high school, I thought I was going to be 3 years and I'll be in the NFL already. But things changed, broke my foot. But I feel like it helped me better myself as a person. You got to work just hard as everybody else. So I feel like that was pretty big for me.
Started out slow. Like my freshman year, I got in high school. I was like, oh, I got 3 years. Like I'm just gonna play around. So my junior year and senior year, I was trying to catch up, and pretty much all the offers I had received, I couldn't like take. So if you just believe in yourself and stay persistent and keep on working hard and keep on showing the coaches that you're reliable and that you stick to the playbook and you stick to being a better person and stick to your academics, like you can really still be the top dog in your sport. And then as soon as I became eligible to start, I started every game. I had 3 school records. I was on the Jim Thorpe Award watch list. Like, if you really just believe in yourself and like do what you've been doing in high school, you'll be straight. Oh yeah, I earned a scholarship my first year starting. So.
Definitely was humbling. Coming from Timber Creek, the way we were treated, I can't even put it into words. We didn't have to participate in gym because we had a game. That transition, like I already had it in my mindset, like party, train, and then that red shirt freshman year, thought I was just gonna come out there and be the man. I was just playing special teams, so you really get humbled, but get pulled down from that pedestal that you're on. So it makes you work harder and makes you grind harder. So the fact that I was able to go through that, and DeWan was able to go through what he went through, I think that just makes you a better player in the long run.
The school I told you guys, I started off at Division III. I made a couple bad high school decisions. So I started off, I had to go Division III. When I got there, I seen what everybody else was doing. So I was like, well, if I want to start and I want to play, I got to go do more. So before practice, I was working out. After practice, I was working out. That's how you kind of get better. It's the work you do on your own. It's always good to practice with the team, but at some point in time, you got to separate yourself if you want to play. Separate yourself because it can get somebody else in that country that can do exactly the same job that you can do. So you just got to continue to keep working hard, and I figure that's the best way. But you definitely got to humble yourself because even playing overseas, I just got back. I'm not the best player over there. You know what I'm saying? You think that your friends might have you make bad decisions and stuff like that, but you got to surround yourself with. I see they found themselves a group. They was able to push each other and work hard and stuff like that. So to get where you want to go in life, you just got to surround yourself with the right people. And if they're not helping you, then they hurting you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how you got to go.
Just talking about it. Going down there, I knew that I had to compete. Not everybody knows that's Coach Fran, the defensive backs coach. He's from Camden, New Jersey out here, and really pushed me more towards being the best man that I can be on and off the field. As long as you got your mindset right going into college, you shouldn't really be a problem competing with the top dogs there.
Very great at track. So as a freshman in high school, I was receiving scholarships for track. And then going into my 10th grade year for football, I actually broke my leg. And after having those scholarships stripped from me, I just realized that athletics was going to end one day and that I had to focus on my school. So when I did get to college, it was an easier adjustment for me. Me and Rob were actually, like, we became friends because we both took our officials to ODU. And we both had the same plan, which was cool. We were like, well, we can go to school, we can red shirt, we can get these 5 years of education, and then we can get our master's. Like, and it's funny because we said that 6 years ago, coming out of high school, 5 years ago coming out of high school, when we took our official, and now we're here today, we're about to both get our masters in May, and we both took different routes to get to the same place. So for me, it was like I always appreciated everything that football gave me, and also learning my role, like he said, like CJ said, finding a way to bring value to every organization I was a part of, not just football, but to the organization that I started, the organization that I joined. I always just found a way to bring value because that's how I was able to be so successful.
So I would say my transition from like the big fish to little fish concept started when I was in high school. So my first 3 years, my first 2.5 seasons of football, I really wasn't doing too great as much as I thought I would be. And then my senior year, I blew up pretty big for it. But I had position change, played running back, and I blew up pretty big my senior year. Got my scholarship to the Naval Academy. What helped you in that situation is do things that you really weren't asked to do in high school. So a lot of you football players, my big thing, my senior year, I was a primary ball carrier. All I did was carry the ball. I didn't block, I didn't catch passes, I was a ball carrier. When I got to college, I understood the concept of making yourself value added in ways that other people wouldn't. So a lot of people might be stuck in their ways in the concept of, I just want the ball, I want to carry the ball, that's it, that's all. That's not what it's about. It's about making yourself valuable to the team in every aspect you can. So special teams, run down on kicks, cover kicks, being a very good blocker. In our offense at the Naval Academy, if you're not blocking at running back, you're not playing. The first thing you need to do is block. Carrying the ball to secondary. And I understood that, so what I worked on outside of practices was my blocking, not necessarily my pitch catching, not necessarily my moves after the catch, just blocking. Once I was able to block, the coach saw I was willing to sacrifice myself for the team, and that's what really put me in a position to play at a fairly early time at the academy.
Not scared, but more nervous when I stepped on campus. You know, now you're at the bottom of the food chain. I went out there and I competed. At first, I was thinking like, oh no, I don't really want to show too much because I'm just a freshman and they ain't gonna take me serious. But then you go out there and you just play, have a little chip on your shoulder. I already came in with a chip on my shoulder because I already knew like I'm coming in here as a freshman and I had a confidence about myself that most freshmen didn't have on their about themselves. One game I started because he got hurt, and then I just took advantage of the opportunity. So this spring camp, I'm definitely going to be going for the spot.
First practice when like the seniors come up to you and just like tear you down because you come in thinking that you're like all high and mighty and like you're the best from where you came from, but like at the end of the day you're a team and y'all have to work together. So like regardless of how you take it for practice, like you still have to be able to meet both ways in school because you can end up on restriction or academic probation. You just have to have a different outlook on things. Like you're not working for just yourself, you have to work for everybody on your team. It's not individual anymore. Like whatever you do affects everybody on that team. So you have to really take that into consideration and humble yourself and make sure you're doing everything for everyone else, not just you.
6 years ago, coming out of high school, or 5 years ago, coming out of high school, when we took our official, and now we're here today. We're about to both get our masters in May, and we both took different routes to get to the same place. So for me, it was like I always appreciated everything that football gave me. But at the end of the day, like I've seen what injury does to people, and I know that it can be taken away from you. But that degree, that piece of paper, can't be. And so I just always focused on, being the best person I could be while on the field and off the field, and also learning my role, like he said, like CJ said, finding a way to bring value to every organization I was a part of, not just football, but to the organization that I started, the organization that I joined. I always just find a way to bring value because that's how I was able to be so successful.
So this is just one of many events we'll be doing in the future. So just spread the word. There's a lot of people that I know we can help, and all the guys up here. These are just different stories that we have, and we all came kind of from the same environments. We came from the South Jersey environment, and we came from that love, and all the families that are in here, everybody that's in here. Everybody know Coach McBride, and all the things Coach McBride has done for the community, and then everybody down here, all of our parents and family. So it's just, we owe it to y'all. We just want to continue to do this and help kids in this area because, we all are success stories. So we can, help other kids get these stories too because we want to make sure that we bring in the best, the best that come out of South Jersey and make sure that we can continue to do the same thing. So we'll be around. Thank you guys so much for coming.